ただいまより宗派を超えてチベットの平和を記念する僧侶の会第2回結集門司宗をここに開会いたします。特使をご紹介申し上げます。特使は1951年チベット下部地方のご出身、83年以降チベット防衛政府の任務にされておられます。スイスのチベット事務所代表、中欧州連合特使などのご歴任、
Most Venerable Abbot, Venerable members of Sangha, dear Japanese friends, I am extremely happy and grateful for you to give me the opportunity today to speak to you about my homeland, Tibet, and about the very tragic fate of my fellow countrymen inside Tibet. Today, speaking to Japanese brothers and sisters about my homeland is also for us Tibetans of great importance, because the Tibetan people need the help of the international community. And Japan is a very, very important leading country, not only in Asia, but also in the world. And your beautiful island is has not only a deep and rich culture, but your country is a full-fledged democracy with open society, free press, the rule of law. So therefore, Japan enjoys also great respect and moral authority throughout the world. And against this background, and also you, as we have learned from the venerable monks, Japan has also a very long and rich tradition of Buddhism. So therefore, Japan definitely can play a very important and constructive role in helping to find a peaceful solution for Tibet. In this context, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude and thanks to the venerable monks and nuns who have come forward to support the Tibetan cause. The tragedy of my people started around nearly 60 years ago, when the People's Liberation Army of the People's Republic of China marched into Tibet in order, according to their version, to peacefully liberate Tibet. Since that event, the Tibetan people experienced the darkest period of their long history. In the past 60 years, not only over 1 million Tibetans died as a direct result of this event, but also over 6,000 monasteries throughout Tibet were destroyed. These monasteries were not simply monasteries, but the learning centers and libraries of the Tibetan people. So, during the Cultural Revolution, there was a slogan in Tibet that said, "In the sky of Tibet, there cannot exist two suns. the communism and Buddhism, so one son has to disappear. In those times, Tibetans were forced to build public toilets with money stones. These are stones in which the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum is engraved. And Tibetans had to cover streets with Buddhist scriptures and then walk over it. So what happened since in the last 60 years is not only the subjugation of a people, but the rape of a whole people and its culture and its value, its religion. Against this background, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the spiritual and temporal ruler of Tibet, he had the responsibility to find a way to protect his people and to save Tibet from the destruction. A fundamental belief of His Holiness the Dalai Lama is that our world has become so interdependent that the concept of we and they no longer is relevant. And therefore, obviously, in today's world, national boundaries have no longer the importance it used to have. Continent to continent is dependent on each other. Not only nations to nation, but continent to continent is dependent on each other. In such a time, using force and warfare to solve human problems actually makes no sense. It can lead only to destruction of not only the other side, but also oneself. Therefore, the fundamental belief of His Holiness is that the only way, the most sensible way to solve human problems is through non-violence. That means through dialogue. With this conviction, His Holiness adopted a middle way approach to find a solution to the Tibetan problem. And the guiding spirit of the middle way approach is the pursuit of a peaceful resolution of Tibet through a mutually agreeable solution by negotiations by the two parties. In the case of Tibet, concretely, that means that Tibetans should not seek separation and independence. On the other hand, the Chinese government must give to the Tibetan people genuine autonomy so that the Tibetan people are able to preserve in their own homeland their own culture, language, religion, and identity. So in 2002, it was possible for the Tibetan government in exile to re-establish direct contact with the Chinese government. And I have had the honor to serve as one of the two